Hi guys, welcome to Pilates for Runners, coming to you live from Taube Pilates. Hope that you're having a really beautiful day with the sunshine. So with runners, there's a few common things that we can see in most runners. Quite often they'll have over-dominant hamstrings, over-dominant quadriceps, sometimes knee issues, quite often really weak intrinsic muscles of the feet. With their pelvic stability, sometimes that's not so good because you'll see runners often with a gait where they're really letting the hips sit from side to side. So that means weak glute medius. There also might be a little bit of weakness in glute max as well. Also weak intrinsic muscles of the feet. So I've done already a video for Pilates for the feet and also Pilates for the knees. So you can have a look at both of those as well because that's going to really help the runners too. Quite often runners have over-dominant rectus abdominis muscles and they find it really, really hard to engage transverses. So when you're working with your runners, make sure you're really cueing activation through the deep abdominals, so really compressing the abdomen, and that will help to stabilize the pelvis as well. We're going to start off with a little bit of the standing roll downs. So we're just going to start by floating the hands up. That's it. And then let the head tip over. We're going to roll down through the spine and press 3 times. And then curling back up. Lift the chest and coming up over the top and pressing the pedal down. And rolling through and forward and down, press, rolling up. So quite often runners have a little bit of instability through the ankles, so we're going to work on a little bit of the standing leg press and also working with that glute medius for balance and stability. So we're going to press the pedal down, we'll float the arms up, coming back up. Exhale, press. Now we're going to float the pedal, foot off the pedal, and then reach forward. Coming back up and press, lift and lengthen. So this really works the ankle stability and that glute medius. Make sure you're really working that standing leg. Connect the ribs in. Also, Pilates can really help runners with their breathing. Make sure you're compressing the abdomen each time. And one last time. Okay, let's change to the second side. So when I was working in the arts, I did a physical theatre show and it involved a lot of running. I really relied on Pilates for my conditioning to help me keep that knee joint stable and strong because my knees really weren't that great. Having that flexibility of a dancer and flexible joints, my knees were a little bit too flexible. So Pilates really helped. And exhale. Standing glute working. And last time. Okay, another exercise that really challenges the balance and the ankle stability and quadricep and glute strength is the side legs on the box. So usually we'd use a handle for this one because it is so challenging for the balance, but I'm just going to wing it today. So we're going to start off just by pumping that standing leg or the pedal leg. Thanks for joining. Now we're going to bend both knees and stretch. Really keep the weight back and squeeze into those glutes. Staying down, just pumping. Scoop through center. Okay, let's do the second side. So one foot onto the pedal. Really think of that lift through center. Exhale as you're pressing down. You can even add in a running arm if you would like to challenge the balance further. Really focusing on that stability through glute medius. And then little pulses. Both knees a little bent. Keep steady through center. Staying down, keep the weight back, and then pumping the pedal leg with a bent supporting leg. So usually you'd have the handle here to hold on to. Okay, so we're going to do the forward lunges next. So I'm going to press the pedal down, have one foot up onto the chair. Actually, I'm just going to make that a little bit heavier so I have a little bit more support. So right to the front edge, and we're just going to do small pulses here. And then come all the way up, just a little further, but not fully. Keep the glute working, so you're open through the front of the hip. Again, this is best done with the handles for support. Keep tucking under. And then staying down, we'll do the backward step down, so pressing. Okay, coming down, we'll do the other leg. So stay long, and then we're going to come up, little pulses. And then coming up, really work the glute to come up. Backward step down. So pulse the back leg, really squeeze the bottom. Again, you can use running arms if you like. Okay, let's do some of the sideways ones next. So, just before we do, we'll do a little quad stretch. So just going to hold on to that leg, tucking under. So it's important to do a lot of stretching because runners' muscles can get really tight. And then the other way. So tight quads, tight hamstrings, tight ITB. Okay, we're going to step back a little, place one foot onto the chair, lunge forward into a little bit of a hip flexor stretch, and then press into the hamstring stretch. So lengthening forward and pressing back. Okay, other side. So lengthen forward and reach. And it's nice to get a little bit of a calf stretch as well if you can keep that heel down at the back. Okay, let's do the side lunges next. So we're going to work a little bit of the rotators at the hip. So it's kind of important for runners to find that stability through that as well. Quite often runners mainly do work on a sagittal plane. So it's really nice to work on that cranial plane as well. So we're going to come up and then we'll face sideways on the chair. So the legs are going to be turned out. I'm just going to take it fairly low today. So I'm actually going to have my hands down on the chair. We're going to come up and down. A little bit of a Jane Fonda move, this one. Good, staying down, and we'll just pump that pedal leg. Release, squeeze. And I can really feel that VMO working on that standing leg to stabilize the knee. Okay, let's do the second side. Make sure you always face into the chair when you're coming up, and then you can change your foot position once you're up. So, lunges down and up. And then pedal the leg down. Okay, facing in towards the chair and really controlling that pedal up. Okay, so the other things to work on is we'll do a little bit of the footwork to help strengthen again, and we'll add a little rotation, so a little twist with the footwork. So you're here, squeezing the heels together, toes apart. I'm going to have my hands behind my head. Take a breath. We're going to exhale, press. And then add a little twist. So you're going to spiral. So it's nice to work on a different plane again. So working on that transverse plane. So when you work with your runners, make sure you change the planes that they're working on, so they're not continually just working on that sagittal plane. And this is great for keeping that pelvis nice and steady. Now let's do the bottom pumps, or it's also the frog's back with the hips up. So we're going to send the pelvis up. So it's important for our runners to really work their glutes and find that power through their legs. Okay, coming back. We're now going to do a little bit of the sideline work to continue to strengthen that glute medius. And this is great for the core as well. Oh, a little heavy. So I might just take this one off. So, over the top, I'm going to lengthen and lift. And lift. Now we're going to swing the leg forward and press. So you can make it a running action through the arm, or if you're more dancerly, an arabesque. Staying up, 6 little circles. Oh, I wish I hadn't said 6. Let's go back the other way, just 3 in each direction. Good. Now double legs, we're going to lift. Let the hip roll back slightly. So just into a little mini teaser. And I'm going to stay up, and we'll just do some little beats with your legs. Keep long through the spine. Okay, let's come back down, and we'll do all of that on the second side. So we're starting off first in that side lying position, and we'll do the lifts. I'm going to add in the leg going forward and back in the side kick. Really long through the spine. Keeping up. 3 circles in each direction. Stay lifted. Reverse. now we're going to go down and just a little teaser, but not much. Inhale, exhale. Last one, we're going to stay up and little beats. Okay, very nice. Letting that go. We're going to do a little bit of the leg work on the floor next. So we'll have the heels of your feet up onto the bar, and we're just going to press down one leg, then the other. Now we're going to work the core a little more. So we'll curl the head and shoulders up. Really focus on your tummy. Make sure you're pulling right in. Then we're going to add a little twist. So you're going to bend and twist. So twist towards the leg that's pressing down. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit of the adductor legs. Have one leg up onto the pedal. Might move back a little for this one. So you're going to take a breath and then exhale. Press the pedal down, bend the knee. Breathe in and press. Thanks so much for giving this video a thumbs up. So if you like what you see, make sure you invite your friends and followers along. And I do have a caddy and chair course coming up very soon. I'd love you to join. It's 2 full days and 1 half day. Let's work in the turnout position. So we're going to pull down. Really scoop. Okay, let's do the other side. So turning over, foot is onto the pedal. So take a breath, exhale, press. So working both parallel and turned out. Turning that leg out and press. Okay, letting that go. I'm going to do a little bit of the side to side here as well. I'm just going to hold onto that stick for a little bit of support. I'll just take the hair out for a little bit, just for this one. So we're going to have the legs up 90-90, taking them to one side, keep the shoulders down, back to center, and then that second side. And we can do a little bit of the hip up if you like. So scoop into a jackknife. Lengthen, lift. And then the roll over. So you're going to roll up and over. Separate the legs, roll down, and then circle around. Really draw the tummy in. Lift. Separate the feet. Roll down. and circle. One last time. Okay, I'm not going to go back the other way for today, but we are going to do a little bit of the push-ups next. So, you're on your hands and knees. We're going to press back into a long push-up position. We're going to tuck that into the back pocket. We're going to have the legs back, just single arm first. Just for 6. And now the leg, we're going to bring it in and press. And then both bend in and press. Okay, letting that go. Let's do the second side. Long push-up position, and we're just bringing the pedal for 6. Keep the pedal down, leg. Squeeze the bottom. Bend in, bring the pedal, and press for 6. Okay, letting that go. Let it come back to a little bit of the swan, which I meant to do earlier. Your pelvis is over the center of the chair. I'm going to press and extend. So to stay up, we'll do a single leg kick, lengthen, lift. So bend and lengthen. Keeping lifted through the waist. So working the back extensors is really important for runners too, because they need to stay upright when they're running and not collapsing forward. Double leg kick. So bend the knees in, lengthen, lift, and bend in. 1, 2, 3. It's almost becoming the grasshopper. And 1, 2, 3. Lengthen, lift. 2 more. 1, 2, 3. Lengthen, lift. Last time. 2, 3. Lengthen, lift. All right, let's just, we'll do a bit of swimming actually. So paddling those legs, coming up and down. Really opening out the chest. Okay, let's let that go and we'll finish with a standing roll down just to go back the other way. So we'll float the arms up and head tips over, rolling through the spine and press for 3 with straight arms and curling up. Lift and rolling down. One last time. And rolling back up. Okay, and that's about it for today.